And we're live, baby. Bestball barbecue day number.
Switch to my actual microphone. Day number 44. I just realized I was on the wrong mic, but that's okay. 44 consecutive stream, consecutive draft, joined by a very special guest. We got Emo Cowboy, double Tyler action coming at you for today's stream. We're going to do a BBM. No trivia today because I already did the trivia today at a football meeting this morning. They were interested in doing some trivia, so we did that. So I already did it. It was actually really hard. It was name all the Bengals Rams players in the Super Bowl who had a target reception or a pass attempt. It was awful. But you guys don't care about trivia. You guys care about drafting. We're going to do a lot of drafting, probably one draft, not a lot of drafting, but a very high potential drafting. BBM coming right at you after we hit the intro.
Everything to start. Let's go. Let's go around. Let's go.
Oh, baby, and we are back, joined by Emo Cowboy, a.k.a. Tyler. How are we doing today? I'm absolutely pumped you're on the stream. I'm ready to draft. How are you?
Doing fan-damn-tastic. I love that intro, man. Gets me pumped up every time.
Yeah, dude, I'm so glad my friend made it for me. I used to have a different one that I made. It's not as good as this one. It's just it's different. He had a Drake song for like the first time he sent it to me. He didn't even tell me he was making it. He's like, "Hey, I made this for you. What do you think?" And I was like, I freaking love it. But can we get the Jay-Z intro song instead of this Drake song? He's like, sure, just change the song. And that's how it came to be. So I kind of like watching like all the guests I have on the show. I seeing their reaction in the bottom of the StreamYard.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I can just see them bobbing their head. I'm like,
it's a bop, dude.
Like,
every time.
This fucking rocks. But how you doing today, man? You rip any of the mini Schnauzer 2 today? It's literally already here. I can pull this up real quick.
Yeah, it's like what, half?
It's
more than half
percent filled in like what, 8 hours or something like that. It's nuts.
Buddy, I've been schnauzing. I'm in these schnauz streets, brother. And I'm having some shit internet issues today. So some of these teams have gone to shit. So for the fine folks that know this in the ship chasing Discord, I also thought I entered a slow Dalmatian. I had a dentist appointment, like a annual checkup, cleanup. So I'm sitting there, I show up, and they're like, "Oh, you were supposed to show up at 3. Not 3:30. I was like, well, I have it down for 3:30. Like, all right, well, it'll take a little bit. We'll see you at 4. I'm like, fuck, I gotta kill 30 minutes. I'm like, let me enter a Dalmatian. I'm gonna do a slow. And then I get a ping on my phone, and it's like draft starting. You're on the clock, and I'm like, oh shit, it's a fast. And so I'm like trying to get these picks out before I go. Dude, I'm like round 8. I'm in the chair, and they're like taking X-rays of my teeth, and I'm like, and I'm just like, sorry. I'm like, hey, I got a meeting. You mind if I just like? So, dude, I got the glasses on. I can't see anything because it's blinding my eyes, and I get like buzzed. I pull my phone out. I'm like, you mind? And then like take, and I'm like, I start a couple of guys for a couple rounds. It was a shit show. It's been a fun day.
Like, JSN, 12 picks past ADP. Let me just swipe on this real quick.
No, okay. Actually, and also the team turned out okay. I kind of dig it. But F you to user Dingus. I see you all the time. He was my neighbor at like pick 5 or 6. One of those, like right next to me. And he's letting the clock tick down purposely every time there's a faller, as if to like rub it in my face. And I'm like, dude, I don't care. I'm just trying to get these picks in before I miss half the draft with fucking shit in my mouth. And so,
that's hilarious, dude.
I've
never drafted like in that scenario. Like I pretty much like if I'm gonna draft like, and so one thing about me, I can't do slows. I freaking hate slows. I can't do it. I just like, I don't want to be on my phone all the time. If I'm gonna do a draft, I'm gonna sit down for an hour. Maybe I'm watching like The Sopranos or something while I draft. Like that's kind of how I do it. I don't. Yeah, exactly. I don't like
puppies.
I really don't like to do slows. I've never ever in my life done an underdog slow draft. Never.
Really?
So,
wow. Really?
Never done one. Never in my life have I done an underdog.
So I assume you don't try to like max any of these when they come out, unless you can only do them fast.
Exactly. Yeah. So like the Schnauzer, like I would have had to, probably like sometimes you have to multi-table a little bit, but like I multi-tabled on stream. I don't like multi-tabling either. I literally just like to divert my
old
entire
school.
attention to one draft, and I was like, how can I maximize the fuck out of this draft that I'm in right now? Live in the moment. I'm a live in the moment kind of guy. I don't want to be
I respect that.
whatever, but we actually did multi-table. I think it was either yesterday or the day before. It was the day before. We did
Yeah,
3
you were doing
drafts.
a few. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't planned, but it was actually kind of fun. So maybe I'll do that on stream more. But all right, folks, we are going to hop in BBM right now. So if you want to hop in here with us, we'll do the usual 12-second countdown. Some people have a delay; they want to get in here. And I like to give everyone an opportunity. If they want to come and draft with us, take our money, or try to take our money, then so be it. I mean, that's just how the cookie crumbles. So
you can try. We're gonna run laps around your ass.
Exactly. So let's do it. Let's start the countdown. I should just get a StreamYard thing for this. But 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right, we are in. We're waiting on 2. And let me do this. Switch the camera to my designated 2-person setup. That's not what it is. Here we go. There we go.
Ash Ketchum ready to catch these hands in these draft rooms.
Yeah, we got Chat's lit tonight. We got Bindles in here. He said he's cooking goat curry right now.
That dude, goat curry's so good.
Yeah, you're in here too. Let's go. We got Stephanie Miller in here. How are we doing?
What up, Steph?
T-Kel's in here. Troy, I was saying in the pre-show, I really like the new you finally have a picture for a YouTube thing, not just the T for the circle like Thad has, But that's fine. We're not profile.
Shouts out to Thad. We went back and forth arguing, and I think it spilled over into multiple chat rooms, mostly in Bestball Guys chat room, if I recall correctly. So that was a lot of fun. And MKE, I'm assuming that's Mike, but maybe it's
his name's Tyson.
Okay, that's good to know, because on Twitter he's just MKE. But dude, I don't think I've ever seen you in a live YouTube chat. So welcome, man. Good to see you, bud.
There we go. Yeah, he was one of the first in my stream when it started. I actually went back yesterday at work. Like I said, I was bored. We talked about this in the pre-show, but one of the things I did on YouTube other than watch the NFL's top plays from last season was I watched my first ever stream, and I just about wanted to die. Like the camera was set up horribly. I had a terrible camera. Like it was like it's still up there. I'll never delete it, but like you can go back and just like kind of the ADP was so fun to look at. Like Kyle Pitts is like tight end like 8 or tight end 9 or something like that. Like you get him just like in the 7th, 8th round. But it was wild. We should probably talk about this draft where we have the 5 spot, which is kind of a fun place to be picking. We obviously are probably thinking one of these receivers here. I also got the game on behind me too. Just think, I mean, you're not Houston, but Dallas, similar Texas thing. Are you rooting against the Mavs, or are you kind of rooting for the Mavs?
I'll give you the fun answer, and the fun answer is F Dallas as a Houston thing. But yeah. So here I'm J-Jeff or I'm Bijan.
JJ or Bijan?
Yeah, I'd be taking some Bijan over these homies, but I understand if you want to do receiver.
I'm gonna assume
we got some piss boys in this room.
I'm gonna try to be really fast with this exposure click. Let me see here. Receiver. I have a lot of JJ. I think Justin.
Go Bijan.
It was too late. It was whatever. I was just looking. I didn't even get to chance. I should have had that pulled up. That was on me. I have 70% Justin. I actually want more than that, so that's actually fine. 30% Bijan, we're fine there. But yeah, I've been like since the beginning of when these drafts opened in January, I've always been like, I don't care who the quarterback is for Justin Jefferson. I legitimately don't, because it's the way I see it is the volume, because everyone's concerned about probably the quality of the offense, and B, the passing attempts, and that's fair. But I think the passing attempts thing, the quality of offense, I guess, is a fair point. But the passing attempts thing impacts the other ancillary pieces, like Hawkinson when he comes back, like Addison, like no one is. It's funny because like after those two, like no one really knows who like the Vikings wide receiver 3 is. It's still Brandon Powell is still their wide receiver 3. They re-signed him, brought him back. And
did they bring no one else in that room? They had to have, right?
No, they don't. It's those 3. It's those 3 guys. It's literally those 3 guys. They might have. I don't think they drafted anybody. Like it's literally. I think they signed N'Keal Harry, but then I think they moved him to tight end or something like that. Or was it?
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah.
So it's literally just like JJ. So like I think he's gonna get hit.
Ugh.
This is a Rams offense. They're gonna get their best guys the ball. KOC.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they have this strong running game they can lean on. Like, yeah, they have Aaron Jones, but is Aaron Jones a guy you turn around and give the ball to, 20 times a game? He's just not that kind of player. He wasn't in Green Bay at least. He's older now. He's what, 27, 28, something like that. Like he's an old guy.
He's 30, right?
Is he 30?
21 or 30.
That sounds about right. Yeah, he's been in the league for a while, but it's just like I don't know. I'm just in on JJ no matter what. My rankings, I think it's always fun to I want to hear your take on it, but like I like hearing everybody's rankings between Tyreek, CD, Jamar, JJ. Mine personally would be Tyreek 1, JJ 2, CD 3, and then Jamar Chase 4.
I definitely have Jamar Chase behind those dudes. I'm trying to come back. Like I famously did not have any Jamar Chase post draft until 2 weeks ago and didn't realize that. I now have like 3 Jamar Chase teams.
Okay.
But like I know he's gonna get more slot work, and that's gonna help with like easy stuff, especially in the red zone. But like there is a concern of like T. Higgins healthy on the field, caps his total ceiling. And now Jermaine Burton, who like seemingly a really good player who has outside and inside versatility, who's could be much better than Boyd and like produce some of it. But then I have to remember that like Chase is a dog, and when he's healthy, he can just break slates. But yeah, and that's kind of where I have like Bijan like his own little mini tier, because like I think his legendary running back upside is just so easy to see right now. It's hard not to like just slam on the gas.
Yeah. Okay, this is the famous tier of the who do you like? Like which guy in this range are you normally clicking?
It's Bestball, so I be getting me some gams, and it's Mike Evans for the touchdowns.
Okay, there we go. See, I don't think I have a lot of Mike Evans, so I think that's I like that. 17% I actually lied. So let's I'm down to go Mike Evans though. Like it's a guy I actually clicked earlier today in the mini schnauzer too. And I was like, you know what? I don't click nearly enough Mike Evans, but like this range is just like these receivers all the way from like it's pretty much like more to Debo to all the other guys that just got clicked here.
I think it's Metcalf to Debo. Like
Metcalf, yeah. I love Metcalf. I love Metcalf. I think he's obviously a great just spike week guy, but I think I know you've been in the streams, but this Seattle offense, I think people are not really realizing how much they're going to pass. I think like you just like, oh yeah, the new coach, like whatever, but like they don't really like know. I don't think like the average best ball drafter probably doesn't know who Ryan Grubb is. And that's like the reason I'm so excited about this Seattle offense. So I'm drafting DK. I love drafting JSN right now. I'm drafting a little Lockett here and there. Obviously my Noah Fant takes have been very well documented. So I'm just like all in on the Seattle passing attack, because I think that's what it's going to look like. Geno's a good piece for that. And I kind of always like too, where like even if Geno goes down, at least they have like Sam Howell, who's just going to sling it. So it kind of gives you some insurance there too, because I can't.
He famously fed the hell out of Terry and Dotson last year.
Yeah, I feel not Dotson,
not Terry either. It was
Terry had some good games. Terry had some good games. Curtis Samuel. That huge beneficiary. Curtis Samuel.
Oh, okay. So if Howell comes in, it's JSN season.
JSN season, exactly. Yep.
Well, fuck it. Okay. Let's slam Metcalf then.
Let's do it.
Dude, look at the yams on these gams, brother. It's fun. I mean, I do like kind of looking at it and just like, okay, if week 17 is all that matters, and it like you have to get there. But in that environment, you're looking at like, I would like to have a bunch of dudes that have 30, 40-point games in their repertoire. And that is why I should be drafting more Chase, because he does have that 40, 50-point nuke game in his back pocket, as does Lamb, Hill, J. Jeff, Evans, Metcalf, Debo even. And so like early on, it's like, well, let me get access to these like stupidly insane high ceilings to try to outpace everybody else, especially if I'm going like 6 or 7 deep straight, and then just, mix it all in. And like Thad is kind of referring in the chat, we can be far too certain about players and situations, myself included. So it's good to sometimes go like, well, what if I'm wrong? What does that look like? Or what if we're too confident on XYZ? For instance, the last 2 years, the Bucs and the Seahawks and the Texans, they were going to definitely be trash teams that were going to, no one useful was coming from them. No one wanted to touch them. And we were completely wrong on those teams. And then we were certain the wide receivers from the Chiefs last year were all going to be worthwhile, and one of them had to matter, and it was Rice at the very end, and even Kelsey disappointing. So it's like we can be far too confident considering we have months of chaos and injuries and personnel changes and just defenses adjusting to stuff. And so it's like, yeah, McCarthy has some, like, he's got some big question marks, but from an accuracy standpoint, that was not one of the questions in college. And so, like, from an accuracy standpoint, we know that that fits well with like this Rams style KOC offense. And that should benefit the number one wide receiver, especially a guy that literally it's like run a slant, get the ball, and he can do a lot of good things with it. It's the same thing with like Malik Neighbors. It's like, yeah, the offense might struggle a bit, but this is a guy that if you put the ball in his hands, he can make a lot of things happen. So, and the same thing with like Evans. It's like, yeah, I understand people are like, you know, second round, sixth round, seventh round, second round, third round. I understand the ping-ponging recency bias effect, but at the end of the day, this is a dude that no matter who was his quarterback, whether it was prime Brady, Dust Brady, or Reclamation Baker, he's getting 2-3 touchdown games regularly. And like, I want that in my back pocket. Same thing with Metcalf having that, like, 3 touchdown game versus the Cowboys last year. So it's like, yeah, I like having those guys on my team in best ball, and let's rock and roll.
Yeah. Neil had a funny comment right here before I get to what I wanted to do. I'm just here with the buff guy in the thumbnail. Obviously,
you like
not
that, Neil?
talking about me.
You like that, Neil?
Also, I want to hit on this real quick. That you should go look at JJ System. We've referenced this on stream before, but just switch over here real fast. If you look at it, so the games he played without Kirk Cousins after he came back from that hamstring injury, there's this Las Vegas game, but he left early in this game because Josh Dobbs threw a hospital ball over the middle, got him paralyzed. Not actually.
Also,
paralyzed.
Dobbs was like awful in Minnesota. Like not bad, awful.
Yeah. In terms of passing the ball, yeah, he was not good. And so first game back then, Cincinnati, 10 targets, 7 catches, 84 yards. Detroit, I was at this game. Why is it glitching out like this? 10 targets, 7 catches, 10 targets, 6 catches, 141 yards and a touchdown, 10 targets, 5 catches, 59 yards in the last game of the season, 14 targets, 12 catches, 192 yards and a touchdown. So I think it's safe to say that I just think it's a scheme thing at this point. It's a scheme thing. It's Nick freaking Mullins throwing the ball. So I think that we can, I think Darnold's going to start the year and he can actually be a good piece for JJ's fan. Like, people are just assuming it's McCarthy, and it's probably going to be in week 17. But I think, like, if the Vikings get off to, like, you know, maybe just like, would it be the craziest thing if the Vikings, you know, maybe started 4-2 or something like that? Just like, oh my God, where did that come from?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
Darnold's going to get some play.
Yeah, here's the thing. We've seen Darnold in more than 4 starts, and it always peters out if it doesn't hit a brick wall. All
right, who are we thinking here?
I mean, the Kelsey fall is kind of easy. I haven't drafted a lot of him because he's old as shit. Shout out Neil.
But he wants the whole load.
Oh yeah, he wants the whole load. You know what? Wait. This is a good bit. Tyler and Tyler are gonna just give Kelsey the full load right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna double load.
We're gonna double team pick him on this draft and give him the full load.
Oh, we're double teaming him. All right.
Hey, Kelsey, ever been to? Never mind.
I got your T-swizzle stick right here, buddy. Slam the like. This is what you're getting for a full 45 to 55 minutes. And also, shout out to PPR Tyler, dude, grinding his absolute nub down to less than 0.9 all the time, grinding his mocks off. Great streams, great chats. Nice dude. Leave a sub, leave a like. We love this community.
Appreciate it. And yeah, I also too, now that you say that, I was like, oh my God, go check out the Fantasy Sanctuary. And you should click the link that's in the description, except I forgot to put it in there. So that will be fixed in literally 45 seconds after I do that right now, because I was like, I always make sure to do it. But yeah, go sub to Tyler, Fantasy Sanctuary. Does it with Tom. Tom, great. I love the accent. I mean, that's the reason I tune in, not for you. Just for the accent.
I am surprised I have not accent chameleoned yet. And like, I'm terrified of like accidentally just doing it back to him because my brain wants to do it. So I'm glad I haven't, humiliated myself doing that yet.
Yeah. I watch a ton of Love Island. So I'm sorry, I'm putting this in here. How do you spell sanctuary? That's a tough word to spell. I did not spell that right. There we go. Got it.
SANCTUARY.
There we go. Okay. Can I not? Oh, there we go. Because I have to click this. All right. We're on the clock here pretty soon. I just got to finish save. There we go. Now you can go sub to the Fantasy Sanctuary. Link in the description. There we go.
Yeah. Or, dude, our stream with Fantasy Dog Pound Monday doing a BBM, we had an insane fun value team, a brutal snipe, and some hilarious super chat voices. So if you're digging this, you will love Monday's stream. And yeah, Tom and Rich do awesome work with DraftKings, Bestball, Redraft, like 10 to 15 minute like strategy videos, dynasty stuff, dynasty reclamation, trade advice stuff. It's just so much good alpha.
I like this comment. Just calling
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as Love Island comes on, I kind of enter that mode where I'm just like, can I fancy you shot?
Let's slam Worthy.
Worthy?
Yeah. Shout out to Thad. We're taking Worthy, baby.
Okay, let's do it. Give me your Worthy case because I don't draft a ton of them. I'm not opposed to the click. I'm curious what's like the bullish take because you saw Worthy right there. You're like, yeah, we have to go Worthy.
Well, I mean, when in doubt, stack. And the fifth round wide receiver, fifth or sixth round is just as flat as second and third, in my humble opinion. At the same time, we're talking about a dude with an insane freshman college breakout who got hampered by a really shit ass quarterback in Ewers at Texas, where the whole offense plummeted. He outproduced, and people point to, first of all, super fast. That's really valuable no matter what. That just breaks games and breaks slates. And in best ball, I want a guy that can break a slate and break a game. And then outside of that, people point to John Ross, how'd that work out? Well, I have news for you. Xavier Worthy's collegiate profile is way better than what John Ross's was. And he's also stupidly fast. And then he ended up with the team that has figured out how to get Kadarius Toney to have multiple touchdown games, and he sucks. We know that. And who unlocked Tyreek Hill. So, and then on top of that, the new kickoff and return and punt return rules, it's just Worthy in the fifth round as a rookie, taken in the first round, gone to a team we like, who's talked about getting more deep balls, and his deep stuff was incredible. And we know that Mahomes can buy 4, 5, 6 seconds, throw a dime, and then wide open run. It's gonna happen, and I want to be a part of that. And I'm having a hard time not clicking him when it's 30-year-old Ridley changing teams, going to Will Levis, Keenan Allen, really great, but he's 34 going on 35. No contract money after this year. What happens when he gets banged up in weeks 13, 14, 15, much like last year, and goes, I don't have anything else on me. We're not in playoff contention. Shoulder shot. I'm going to sit. Get the rookies late season. Let's go. Cleanup duty versus Fields or Russ in Pittsburgh. It's going to be hard not to say that. And they play, I think it's Houston, Pittsburgh, and someone else for that final 3-week stretch. So, I mean, it's an exciting profile and an awesome, exciting team. And I also think very lowly of Hollywood Brown. And I think Rashid Rice is fine, but he seems like the Kelsey acolyte in that offense. Mm-hmm. So I feel like there's only one dude that can do what Worthy does in that offense, and it's Worthy.
I like it. You definitely convinced me to maybe be a little bit more open-minded to Worthy. I also like grabbing him on a team where we have, 3 studs at receiver. Hopefully exactly. That's the way we drafted them to be. So it's always nice where Worthy's not your wide receiver 2. You're oh, I need him to be good every week. It's no, you can kind of afford for him to, maybe he does have a couple of games where it's, 2 catches for 9 yards or something like that. And
Steph, are you saying that Worthy had a broken hand in college? I didn't know that.
Did he have a broken hand? I love the John Ross call is great because there's just some people who just it's oh, fast guy, both 40-yard time records. This guy's a bust. They don't do any more research when it's oh, did you see actually had 900 yards as a freshman? It's no one cares about that. It's it's the same thing with that. I get so fired up over Leggett and Mingo. It's oh, another size speed guy. And it's no, this guy actually had double the college production in his final year that Mingo had in the SEC.
Yeah, he finger fracture halfway through 2022 and then a high ankle sprain in 2023. So any concerns you had about his post stuff
on the clock,
most likely injury stuff. I think we go another receiver here.
Okay, who are you thinking?
Ladd, Hop, or Thomas?
Ooh. Ooh, I never draft Lad, so let's go Lad this time because I need to get some
Hell yeah.
exposure to him. I think we talked about this you were in the comments a week or two ago, and like I think we kind of had a Lad like a kind of not like debate, but like just kind of going back and forth. I've kind of given my reasons. I just don't think he is like I just think it's really I feel bad assuming that he's just gonna be the guy. Yes, he's the second round pick. The profile looks good. He never produced in college, which really scares me. Granted, he was in a Brock Bowers offense and an offense that doesn't pass as much to begin with.
Brock Bowers and Jermaine Burton, mind you, and an
Yeah,
offense
Jermaine
that was
Burton, yeah.
always crushing and leading teams. Like the Dallas Cowboys of the college team were like the
Yep.
defense can blow another team out in like one half. And then
Mhm.
why do you need to play? He had some back injury issues. Like just he did not run as many snaps, but what he did run, it was like 8th best yards per route run last year. Elite speed and athletic score. He's on a roster with a bunch of Jags, full offense, and with Herbert. And he's got inside-outside versatility and like one of the safest rookie floors with a really exciting upside ceiling just with that athletic profile in the modern NFL with how like you can utilize these guys with just insane speed. And he's a pro route runner. So like a guy that's already running really good routes sounds a lot like Amon-Ra St. Brown, just like 20 pounds lighter. And he crushed. So I want access to that.
All right. Well, it was a good call on the receiver pick because we still these running backs. I like both of these guys. I think I prefer Kamara, who goes. I think it's yeah. You want to go?
Do you want to take Rice and be done for a while, or do you really need a running back?
If we were gonna go receiver, I'd rather go JSN.
Ooh, I'll take Monty over JSN any day.
Okay, you want to go Monty then? Let's go Monty. Let's get a running back.
Yeah.
There we go. You don't like
I'm having a hard
JSN?
time clicking JSN at that price.
Oh, I like I love dude. This is a great price to get JSN. I think people. I don't think he's the wide receiver 3. Like I mean, he's not drafting me the wide receiver 3, but like I said, I like the passing volume in this offense. I think he kind of came on like at the end of the year. Like he really did. I think they're like we should actually throw this guy the ball like actually ahead of the line of scrimmage because there were like remember the first 5 weeks last year is like we're gonna throw this guy a ton of screens. Like I remember he had a touchdown dropped in one of those games which was like it's kind of a BS whatever. I think it was like one of those calls like should have been overturned. So like that got wiped off his actual stats. He had a game winner. The Drew Lock game winner was fun. He had a couple big plays. Remember that one-handed catch to seal the game. I forget. I think it was the Eagles game. One-handed catch. So I just think like the talent is there. I think we've been so spoiled with these, these year one breakouts, like kind of going back to like JJ, Jamar, we had Puka last year. Like everyone, I think we just some guys, I think it just takes a little bit longer for them to, maybe get acclimated in offense. I don't think I was in the worst situation last year with Pete Carroll and his bullshit ass 12 personnel offense. And I think JSN is good. There's going to be passing volume. And I think you can make a case that like a dark horse case that JSN is actually just like the wide receiver 1 on this team. Like I truly think there's like a possibility, like a 20-25% possibility where like that is a real thing because I think he's that good.
A guy that never ran more than 85% routes last year would be interesting for that. I think if they thought that, because the GM and the personnel folks stayed in town, and if they thought that, I don't know if they re-signed 35-year-old Tyler Lockett, who declined but still played pretty well. Also shout out to Thad. I'm logged into reception perception, and in 2023 Xavier Worthy ran the post, the dig, the corner, the out, and the slant the most in the green, was successful on the 9, the post, the out, the curl, the flat, and the screen. So not exactly just a go route guy. And that was just 2023. So stick that in your Hollywood pipe and smoke it.
There we go.
That was and that last year, high ankle sprain. And that usually saps players from anywhere to 4 to 8 weeks. So, relax. Also, we just talked about like being certain of who guys are. Like we have no idea who these players are. Like we were all so sure Puka was useless and a blocking guy. Yes. We were so sure Tank Dell was a small slot guy that was doomed to matter. We were so sure that, what was it that QJ had some runway, to like replace Mike Williams if he got banged up. et cetera, et cetera. We don't know who players are when they come to the NFL. It's a different game, different speed, different stuff. Like, I mean, we were sure Bryce Young was like, gonna matter, and then he didn't. And a lot of reasons why not. But it's like and I'm saying this to y'all because I'm saying it to me, is like, it's fun to like take lock, be certain of like, that's who they are and that's who they are. And that, if that was the case, like, fantasy football would be very, very, very easy game. But it's a lot more chaotic than that.
Yeah. What I like about this team too is we really like, other than Mahomes being gone, like we have all of our QB options open, which is always just a fun time too. So who are you thinking here? Who do you like? I'm always down for a little Kyler. He can be kind of fun to snack later if you wanted to go that route because he's the value. But who any guys in this range that you like right now?
Let's take Connor and just play which QBs fall, because we've got 3 options I think we would like. And all 3 make sense, especially with this Connor pick. So it leaves us a stack with Kyler, and we can do Love for the correlation with Jefferson. And then we could also do anybody else because we've only taken 5 receivers, and we can always backstack. So I like to stay a little flexible.
There we go. Sounds good to me. Also, too, you mentioned the take lock thing, and another thing I like asking people who come on the show, because I like getting everyone's perspective, because there's like the different sides of the spectrums. Like there's people who like in terms of overall exposures, there's some people who like won't have a player like over 20%, and there'll be some people who, like hit him with the gritty, who will have like 85% of a player, and so on and so forth. Where do you fall in that range in terms of like what do your higher exposures tend to be, and kind of how do you manage the exposure game?
So I am not afraid to go all in on a guy I feel really strongly about from a talent perspective and a price perspective. And I think if you're going to have like a 30+% stand on a guy, it probably needs to hit both of those things. And Jacob Sanderson wrote a really good article about like push your chips in on talent bets that also hit like talent upside, situational, like overcoming or improvement, and price. So famously, I had 40% Amon-Ra his second year because he was going in the 4th through 6th rounds, and he was being called a 1-year fluke merchant wonder. And I highly disagreed with that talent assessment, and I was going to buy as much as I could. People were out on Saquon after the ACL recovery year plus ankle injury, and I had 35% Saquon because they were poorly pricing that in. So I'm fine having those stands. What I've learned in the past is not to have heavy stands like that on like shitty low talent players, because opportunity cost at worst. If it doesn't pan out, fine. Like you're boom, take it to the house.
Who are you thinking?
What do you mean? Who are we thinking? Jordan Love correlates with Justin Jefferson or Jaden Daniels. I won't be mad with either one, but we have correlation with Love.
I do like the Love one. I do like Love, and he's also a guy really easy to backstack. Very, very easy to backstack.
An offense that has told us they want to rotate guys.
I thought you just might be a huge Raheem Mostert guy. I don't know.
Yeah, give me. Oh yeah, you know what this running back room needs? Another dude over 27.
Here we go. Hey, Bestball guy. Yeah, boys, I made it. There we go. I love you both. I'm your biggest fan. I'm your biggest fan, Eric. I'm your biggest fan. 100%.
I think my wife is. No, my wife's not my biggest fan. That's a lie.
There we go.
Jacob is elite. So anyway, to answer your question, so right now I have over 30% Brian Robinson. I think his price and his talent is wrong, and I think that the upside is not baked in and the downside's overly baked in, because I think at worst, he's getting goal line work, and he's getting like, we're ahead, we're gonna just run the ball, Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury shit. And the other thing too is I like to, and I talked a lot about this on Bendel's stream. We did a New Year's resolution, like lessons learned in January. And I've been saying this on every stream, is like, I'm also trying to be more cognizant of when I have a fade, I want to double leverage it by taking the guy that will most likely benefit from that fade so that I can like ultimate leverage that take. So this year I'm fading aging, declining, new team, not a lot of money, Eckler, and I shouldn't just fade him. I should, if I'm going to be right on that bet, I want to be double right in taking B-Rob. In another instance, I'm fading Nick Chubb at 28, coming off of a brutal double ligament knee injury. So I'm going to be overweight on Ford and Foreman because that makes sense. So like I'm trying to be very consistent with the through logic, and I'm also having to be cognizant of like if I'm going to fade dudes for legitimate health issues, don't stop that. Do that the entire summer. And one of the places I failed doing that last year was when Kelsey and Cup got hurt late and Bateman kept missing time hurt late. I was like, oh, I just got to keep buying this dip and not like I was so take locked on these are players I want. I'm going to take them at any price, forgetting late injuries are bad, especially when they're lower body for guys that run routes. That's not good. So I'm trying to do that as well. And in those stands, like that could vault a stand even more. But doing that, be aware that that's a risk tolerance thing. Because if you're over 25, 30%, that's a fourth or more of your teams with that player. And at that point, you might want to mix in who that player is because it's very likely you can be right on like a few things. It's very unlikely you're going to be right on everything. And you don't want that blown up in your face because like me last year, having 30% Dimes and Geno, Dimes goes down, also having like a horrendous year. Geno's O-line being decimated and Shane Waldron's a donkey. And all of a sudden, like a 30-year teams are toast despite you having like 20% Kyron and 15% Puka. So those are my lessons learned going into this year. And so I'm trying to be more cognizant of that. So like even like the last 2 weeks with like all my BBMs, my Schnauzers, my whatever the hell they're throwing out there, I'm like mixing in more Ridley. I want Nuke over Ridley, but I'm not 90% certain that's correct. And I like Ladd a lot. I like Brian Thomas a lot, but I also like Worthy a lot. So like being mindful of like who I'm mixing in with those guys. But I'll probably be overweight a lot of those rookies that have really good talent profiles, even with situations. And I know that one of your guys like that is Third Leggett.
Oh, good dude. I'm waiting for the jersey to show up. Already bought it. Not real.
Oh, yeah.
It's from China. But really excited for that. Really excited for that to show up because I think that's gonna be like a stream. Like I cannot see unless he gets hurt, I can't see a universe where at least he doesn't pay out that ADP because okay, we are on the clock here. Some running backs here. We could go Dubs for the stack.
I don't take Dobbs very much, but if he's gonna get 10 picks past ADP on a build where we have Love, makes sense.
We do have Wicks down here too.
I mean, if we double tap, that's fine. But I think Dobbs makes sense. Wicks was just helping out on special team gun today. So maybe he drops back into the 140s where it's more comfortable to take him than in the 120s. But again, I do think they're going to still rotate at least like, I don't think they're going to run Watson more than like 70% snaps, even if he's healthy, because they like these guys and they want to mix these guys in. So I'm going to be cognizant of that. And if Dobbs, Wicks, and those guys are all going to become like a congealed mass in ADP, I should probably mix them in randomly because Dobbs' talent's not great, but we know he serves like a red zone type role. And when the chips are down, he has Love's trust. And I don't like it, but I should probably have him sometimes in, Jesus. Was it Davis?
Yeah. It's insane how much to me, like, how insane this hype has got. Like it's like, oh yeah, he's a fun like guy, maybe in the 12th, or maybe like the 14th, 15th round. Like that's what it used to be. And it's like, oh, now he's up in around like 11, 12, and you have to choose like guys who like we know for sure are going to play around him. Oh, see what we got? Serious Jawan injury?
Can I get some more information on that?
Oh yeah, it's expected a leg injury. Expecting it's a good amount of time. A lower leg injury today. Oh no. Yeah, Sleeper just sent out the notification.
Oh, Jeez. Nick Underhill tweeted that. Nothing. Oh, okay. Someone asked in season time. Nick Underhill said, haven't heard that. FYI.
Oh,
okay, we're on the clock.
I like Corum. Upside running back. I don't mind him here. I don't really like. We could go Wicks. You want to go Wicks?
Who are the other running backs?
Eckler, Zeke, Sharp.
Take Sharp.
If
you have enough time.
Let's see if I can click this fast enough. I did not.
Now
that I'm not gonna lie, I proclaim myself as the fastest mouse in the West, and there's been 2 times today where I've not been the fastest mouse in the West. Hashtag got to be better. I literally said I'm like I'm not Pete Overzet. I'm not gonna be I'm not. That's not me. I'm not gonna mess up these clicks. But we've messed up 2 today, which isn't great. So
That's tough. But yeah, so just for the chat, Nick Underhill tweeted 5 minutes ago, Saints tight end Juwan Johnson suffered a low leg injury, expected to miss a good amount of time per sources. Someone asked in season time, and he said, haven't heard that. So this could have just been like a sprain or a tweak, and he could miss 4 to 6 weeks. That's still in the middle of camp. So I will not overreact if he's not expected to miss in season time. I mean, you were gonna learn Taysom Hill anyway, buddy. I don't know if you've noticed he's getting all the work.
Oh my god, I heard those like they're lining up a running back. Like it's all like it's not going to stop.
4 passes. He caught 4 passes today,
dude. I so wish Taysom Hill was still a tight end on Underdog. Like I really wish that was still the case. That would have been so much fun. Because he was just like always a guy. Like last year, like he was like one of my favorite tight ends in the draft because the tight end is the draft. Because it's like, like yeah, maybe he's like not gonna catch a ton of passes, but you know what he's like capable of doing? Just like having like 80 yards and a rushing touchdown on any given week because he's freaking Taysom Hill and they're paying him a ton of money.
Well, he's still a tight end on another site, and I'm drafting plenty of him there. But yeah, I will laugh whenever the Saints change his designation back to not be an emergency quarterback because they didn't lose a bunch of dudes right before the season. Because famously, Jake Hayner, I think got popped for like a DUI or something, and so he got like exempt listed or something like that, suspended, whatever, or it was PEDs, I think.
Oh, nice.
And then Winston was like hobbled or missing some time, and so they needed like a QB2, QB3 emergency guy going into like the season. And so they were like, well, we'll put Taysom as that to open up the season. And so that's when Underdog changed his designation like in the dailies. And because that designation hasn't changed because they haven't set the depth chart, BBM and all these non-time box contests are going to have him at quarterback, but I'm pretty sure he's going to go back to tight end by August. So that'll be fun.
Some sites like to switch it in the middle of a contest,
famously, yeah.
Now, did you watch that stream? I remember like that was like the biggest thing on Twitter, fantasy best ball for like 2 days. And Liam Murphy and I don't remember the guy's name, but them going back and forth was like that was like the beef the fantasy community needed. Like I feel like there's no beef. I feel like and again it's a toxic place, especially on TikTok. I started posting TikToks, by the way, and go follow it at PPR Talk. We almost had 50 followers.
Right.
But dude, the TikTok commenters, they don't give a shit, man. Someone was like, I received my first ever I wish you could get in my leagues comment on TikTok.
Oh,
I hadn't got it anywhere else. For TikTok was the
one
first
of
one.
those. No, I get those all the time. I argue too much on Twitter. I'm way better about it than I was like 5 years ago. But I was talking about it was like all the Henry shit, like Henry versus Flowers ADP, and I had some fucking rando with like 50 followers be like, hey, you got any leagues I can join? And I sent him my referral code. I go, yeah, hop on Underdog, jump in these lobbies, come take my money. And he goes, oh, you ain't gotta be petty like that. I go, you don't have to be a snarky bitch. Get out of my mentions. Like, fucker.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
You gotta love the confidence of a bunch of dudes talking shit, and then every year they're wrong about plenty, and they don't come chirping.
I think we have to do it.
I think we take Ty Chandler.
I think you're right.
Sorry, Bubba.
Fuck, no, you're good, dude. You're good. That's the smart move because week 17, I like Ty Chandler anyway.
Yeah.
And maybe you know what? Maybe we'll get him in 8 picks. If he's there in 8 picks, I'm majority overruling you. We're taking him.
I mean, it's your account. You do what you want. You want to be a bad host? That's fine.
You know what, Tyler? Fuck you.
Oh, fuck me, buddy. Fuck you, Tyler.
Get the fuck out of my mentions, dude.
Dude, there is nothing that gives me more satisfaction than telling someone that's being like belligerently not cool in the mint, like just being a total dickhead and just saying some dirty shit to their face and then muting them. Like nothing brings me more pleasure. Seriously, that's my toxic trait.
I've never muted an account before.
Oh, I've
I
got like 1,000 accounts muted.
Love it.
Now, to be fair, again, I once spent hours arguing like Hall of Fame cases and like how good quarterbacks are and like, slandering Roethlisberger and Eli Manning and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I once said I did not like or respect the people of Buffalo because they're rude bitches when I was there. And I got like the entire town telling me to go
That's not the town you want. That's not
off
the
myself.
community you want to attack.
So yeah, I've had to mute a lot of people. My
Yeah.
current Twitter account is vastly different than it was 5 years ago. Let's just say
I wish I was following you 5 years ago. God damn it.
it was. I had 100 followers and no fear.
I love it.
Brand.
Oh, I love it. Now you have a brand to protect.
Not really. I think my brand is still like shit. But people are shocked. I like have decently sharp takes. Which always like I don't know how to take that. They're like, oh my god, this guy is not an idiot. And I'm like, what the fuck?
This guy's not a fucking bozo like I thought he was.
This guy's not a jabroni.
All right, who do we like? I'm down to go receiver here. I
1-4-6-1.
don't mind Ray Davis either. I fucking love that guy. But my click here would normally be, Musgrave. We could go for the tight end correlation.
I think we could push tight end a little bit longer.
I think you're right. Like Mooney. Mooney's always been my guy, but
I'd rather do Burton for just like the upside rookie offense.
Want to go Burton?
Yeah, let's do Burton.
Let's do it.
Because if that's our final receiver, I like that as like a upside profile in a really good environment at a very cheap cost. And if our seventh wide receiver is going to crack our lineup in this squad, it's because they're like 2 touchdowns, like going ham. And well, the third wide receiver for Joe Burrow could do that. So I like that a lot.
Look at that. Neil's not liking that news right now.
It'll be okay. Okay. Like I said, Nick Underhill, when asked if it was going to be missed in season time, he said, "Not that I've heard."
There we go. That's a good thing. And also, Neil, shout out Minneapolis. You probably, I don't know where exactly you live, but I'm pretty sure you live probably like less than 15 minutes away from where I live.
We don't know exactly where you live. And if you could tell us exactly where you live and dox yourself live in chat, that would be great content.
Put your address in the chat. We'll send you a care package from the
Thad. I'm so fucking ready for week 17 so I can send you the points per game where Worthy outscores Hollywood by like 3 points per game. Like this is the energy. This is the energy I was getting 2 years ago whenever, or maybe it was last year. I think one of my biggest fades was like Lazard, Tony, and Sky were like some of my biggest fades of like, I will eat a shoe if these guys matter. I'm not drafting any of them. And guess what? They all sucked. So it's like, and then their supporters were so vocal like this. And it's like, dude, if I'm betting on a guy, I'm not like Hollywood was good 3 years ago. When was the last time someone from 3 years ago in like their 7th season came out of nowhere? Like this has Juju vibes all over it from like a middling prospect that we think fondly of 3 years ago. Mahomes is going to unlock them. And then he averages like 9.5, 11 points per game and doesn't matter for most of the season. Like I remember that season. He was the next Cooper Kupp was how he was billed in like what the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round. Yeah. And he had 3 games where he made those 8+ targets matter and everything else was dusty. And Hollywood just did that last year with Kyler for half a season with a bunch of scrubs. I mean, like he had some serviceable games, but like Rice, Kelsey, and Worthy are there. Like I don't view him as the alpha. I view him as, better MVS, maybe. And I wasn't taking MVS last year. So I just, whatever. It's all good. Hey, you can disagree. That's the fun thing. Go draft. Take your stands. Be better than I am. That's cool. Guess what? If I'm wrong on Hollywood, I'm probably right on all the other rookies I'm taking, and I win in the aggregate. There's some jabroni for you. I'm going to win in the aggregate. That's at least what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
Also, too, Bestball guy put in here. This was a thing that was circulating today, which was the Jaleel is like the starter and Javante's going to get cut. What do you make of that?
That was Cecil Lammey, and he's had some pretty outrageous takes for the Denver beat for a long time. He's more of a fan than a beat guy. Ben Albright, who's the actual Denver beat to like follow, famously told us, hey, don't be taking Javonte in the second round. He's going to split with Gordon. They like Gordon. It's going to be 1A, 1B. Yeah, exactly. Ben's who I trust, and Ben is saying he expects like a 40-40-20 type of split.
Okay.
And Jalil's not going to be like the guy.
All right. This is the who do you like range too. Who do you like?
We took Evans, right?
We did take Evans. Yep.
Bucky correlates, Chuba correlates, or we could be done at tight end and take Henry.
I like the Chuba thing because I think he could be a riser. Because did you see Canales today said that? Let's just go Chuba. I'll talk about it. But Canales today said, who said?
It also correlates.
Oh yeah, exactly. Also correlates. But Canales said today that he was like, Brooks still has a long way to go, kind of thing, and like it didn't sound like he was.
Quote, he may not be ready for camp, which is not news to anybody because he's not 9 months out from his surgery until August 12th or 15th. So yeah, he's not ready for camp because he's not 9 months out from his ACL. That does not mean he's going to start on the pup. That just means he can't practice in camp right now, which is not great, but he's a running back. If he was a wide receiver like JMO, missing time at a skill position, not good, actually very bad. Running back, see hole, hit hole, run, not as concerning. So, especially if it's to be like pass down stuff. The only thing that might hamper him is like being able to do like pass block drills, which will matter. But if we expect him to start slow anyway because of the ACL, this doesn't really change the calculus of the play. Man, I sound like a fucking nerd. I look like a jabroni. I'm saying calculus of the play. God.
I said ancillary earlier, so I think you're good. We're both nerds.
That's a great word.
There's my
mama's ancillary.
Yeah, my journalism degree paying off for once.
Show me the receivers again, real quick.
Yeah, we got Rashad.
Ours.
You said what?
Like our team.
Sorry. All right, sorry. We got JJ, Evans, DK, Worthy, McConkey, Dubs, and Burton. Could go Gino here.
We could take Gino or Herbert. Gino sometimes falls. I don't know how comfy you want to get pushing quarterback. This Herbert, we're done at running back, but I think
let's go. You want to go? Let's go Gino here. Let's do
Gino. Yeah,
I think you got like a bounce back season. Like I said, I think they're gonna pass. They're gonna pass the ball a lot, and Gino could just be one of those guys where it's like I don't know, just could be a huge riser, 15th round pick. I think he could just easily have a season where he has like 30 touchdowns. I think not easily, but like I think it's in the range of possibilities, and I am more than willing to find out at around 15. So,
what are the odds the O-line loses both of its tackles multiple times in a season, 3 seasons in a row?
Yeah,
right. It's gotta work this time. Also, all love in the chat, guys. All love in the chat. Like Thad and I, we disagree. It's all love. It's all love, man. Although the most disrespectful thing you can say is, I wish this guy was in my league. That is probably the most disrespectful thing you can say in this industry.
Yeah, that's good. That's just like, dude, you're a terrible like fantasy football player. That makes. I said like I really wanted to do a thing where like I've actually been blessed with a great chat. Whoever, like everyone that comes in the chat every night, like night in, night out, I am so appreciative of. And we pretty much have a good time with and we have a lot of disagreements, but like, it never gets to like a point where it's like, okay, like I want to fight this dude. But like if it ever does get to that point, I wish I would never have the money to do it, but I so badly want to 1v1 somebody for a fucking $1,000.
Do it.
Dude,
do it, cowards.
I would definitely 1v1 somebody. We did have 1v1s earlier in the off season because I ran out of big boards to do. The little board was filled. Like I had no other things to do. So I was trying to fill a 12-person sit and go. Wasn't happening. And I was like, start looking around the lobby and I'm like, there's these like 2 people drafts. What's this all about? So I think we did like 12, 15 1v1s. Like we did like 5 in one stream.
It's sick, dude.
It's so much fun because it's actually strategy where it's like you can just take like the 3 best tight ends. And like now they have to
that's famously how Jennings did all of his like mopping up those like high-end 3-mans. Was like take Kelsey, throw on autopilot. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was so much fun. So I took like, hey, I looked back at one of those streams and it was like I took like the first 3 running backs off the board. I just took CMC, Bijan, and Brees, and I was like, all right, who are you gonna beat me with? Like H-An and freaking I don't know, like ETN. Good luck.
Yeah. You know what? A Stack Bros where you 3 go against each other in a 3-man would be fun.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Check on
is-
that, and then check on that like weekly.
Yeah.
I'd-
Oh, that'd be so much fun. And it could be like a finisher too, because that draft would take like 10 minutes.
That's true. Yeah.
Exactly. Just kind of finish it out and see who has the better record like at the end. I'm experienced though in these and there's 3 people drafts, right? Yeah, oh yeah, there is. Yeah, we're good there.
Yeah.
Awesome. It only takes $3 to get in one too. So that's we gotta bring back the 1v1s. I want to 1v1 people so bad because it's like me versus you. It's completely takes too. It's completely player takes almost.
I mean, yeah, it's some injury stuff too, but yes. You know what? I think we need more beefs and we need to settle more beefs via 1v1s. There we go. I think we just full circle.
Yeah, we just talked about how like fantasy football community like can be toxic, whatever, but like for the most part, like among the creators, it's actually pretty. I feel like it's pretty cordial, unless there's like people not getting paid in their dynasty leagues. Then there's the case where that didn't turn out too well, where people aren't getting paid their $100 for winning a dynasty league. But
even that was kind of like stupidly petty.
Yeah, but like other than that, like I feel like among creators is actually pretty good. But like it's gonna happen one day where like we have like this Drake Kendrick thing, or like one of these days. Let's freaking go. We got the cowboy hat on. Come on now.
We're
up.
showing some love to the chat. That's what we're doing.
There we go. But one of these days it's gonna happen. One of these days it's gonna happen. Okay. Who do you like? I like Fant. Shocker.
Okay. And then real quick, what quarterbacks do we have available? Because we have a double bye week, so we have to take a third.
We got Bryce, JJ. We could go JJ McCarthy. He should be playing by week 10.
Yeah.
He's gonna play. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to mess around with a double bye week quarterback room. So yeah, I think that's prudent. And
yeah, we got Kelsey too, so it's a 2 tight end team anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. All right.
Now we've got a game stack McCarthy v Love. That's fun.
Oh, 100%. I like the game stacking, and the super flex is like something I really made a point of to do. Like, like that, like the Stafford Kyler thing was so easy to get in super flex. I just love super flex. It's like literally my favorite. And I don't think it gets that much love because
it's not my jam.
Dude, I freaking love it. And I'm glad that other people don't like it because it gives me more opportunity to draft it, because like it was open for like a week. And like a contest that size at that price point, like that never happens. So like it seems pretty apparent that like the rest of the community isn't as in on Superflex, but I'm so happy they're not, because it gives me more time to draft it.
I think the fun thing about it is like there is optimal strategy to it. And I think as long as you're aware of the structure, that's a pretty big edge. But like there's a lot of different ways to skin the cat. I think that's what makes it fun at its core, is like there are several different ways to attack it. I had a pretty good year in it last year. My own personal problem in all forms of draft, whether it's normal drafts or superflex, is I really like to see how far I can push it at the onesies. And I tend to punt myself out of quarterback pretty bad every once in a while in some of these drafts, but when it works out, super team. Like I think I did a BBM last week where it lined up where I took 6 receivers straight, got a falling Rashad White, like 10, 12 picks after ADP to stack up with Evans. Yeah. And I built a 0 running back, 0 QB build. Everybody stacked with bringbacks, and I was like, this team fucks. And everybody was like, oh shit. And then I had a couple guys being like, this team's trash. And I'm like, all right, whatever. But like, and then for every time that works, it's like, oh, I got boxed out and I'm having to like Bo Nix, Reynolds, blah, blah, blah. So the reason like I like doing these with you, because when I'm not behind the 1s and 2s, I'm over here being like, the prudent move. But when I'm clicking, I'm like, push it. Because I'm probably gonna win if I hit some good player takes, some good structure and value. And like a little mini super team. Like the Fantasy Dog Pound draft Monday, same thing. We took a falling Lamar. We had CD because we got sniped on a falling Hurts, like right in front of us. We had CD, Devonta, Saquon, missed out on Hurts. We get a falling Lamar, and then we get Dak in like the 10th or 11th round. And it's like, okay, well then that falling QB was a huge value. And what would this team look like if we didn't take Lamar? We took a 5th round receiver or running back. and then Dak, and like that's what gets me like pushing the onesies a lot, because I think in best ball attacking it through numbers is really valuable, especially when you have like guys like Jaden and the rookies that rush. Like it's kind of a skeleton key if they hit. Obviously, it's risky, but it's also like it's already hard enough to win at these contests anyway, so you may as well like push an edge. So I have no problems being uncomfortable, but I also want to make good correlated stacked teams, and I think that's hard to do if you push it too far too often.
Speaking of beefs, we got Thad and Dev going at it right now. It's so much fun. I love that. Now I'll just see you all summer in these PPR tally drafts. Let ass whoopings be televised. That's a great comment. Dev, though, I would not get on Dev's bad side. Dev's got some zingers every now and again in the chat, so don't get on Dev's bad side. He's got some. He'll full send it on you.
I put the cowboy hat on because I'm staring at some beef in the chat.
Oh, I like this team, man. I like this team. I think it's a fun. I love the receivers. I love the upside we have with some of these rookies here too. I never draft up, so it's glad that like I like coming on and like someone. I sometimes I just need to be nudged into doing something I don't want to do. You know what I mean? It's like maybe we should draft dubs here. It's like okay, yeah, let's do it because I don't have a ton of dubs because I fully accept the fact that I could be wrong. Kind of bringing it back to the exposures thing. Like I don't have like I'm usually a pretty cautious drafter. I've actually tried to be more aggressive this year because I do think it's fun just kind of like sitting back and you're like in my head I'm like, you know, if Noah Fant or Xavier Legette, like one of those two guys absolutely hits, like I'm probably gonna win some fucking money. It's kind of fun just being like, I only need this to happen to probably have.
It's like redraft mindset. Like you've got your guys.
Yep.
It's easy to and there's appeal to that. I don't bemoan anybody for doing that. It's like if you're gonna do that, you have to know it's like a coin flip. Like it works or it doesn't.
Yeah,
like there's no middle ground depending on the price. Like with Fant and Legette, 40% of those dudes, it's not sinking you if it doesn't work because it's 14th plus round. But if you're doing like the top 4 rounds, like there's major risk.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever get to that point where I'm taking like who's my favorite player to click on there. Like I love drafting Garrett Wilson. I don't think I would ever take more than, you know, like I'm not gonna just like go in like have the 5 pick like we just did and take Garrett Wilson at 5. Like I'm never gonna do that. But like if it's anything like if all those top guys are gone and Bijan and Brees are gone, like I'm always taking Garrett Wilson over AJ Brown or something like that. So all right, here we go. We have 1 pick left. So you probably spend it on receiver, running back. What are you thinking?
You know who it has to be. It's not fun, but it's who it has to be.
Who does it have to be?
Meh himself, CEH.
Oh, I knew you were going to say CEH.
6th running back correlates with the run. We do that or we do McMillan, but I think I think this running back room needs 6.
Yeah, I agree. We did push it a little later, but there we go. We got a lot of week 6 and 11 in this room, but I don't really care about that. Okay, let's recap the team real quick then. We got Jordan Love stacked up with dubs. We got a little game stack week 17 with obviously JJ. That's not going to matter, but we have Chandler and JJ on the squad as well. We have Gino stacked up with DK, and then the running backs are Monty, James Conner, Blake Corum, Ty Chandler, Chuba, and CEH. Receiver room absolutely stacked. JJ, Mike Evans, DK, Xavier Worthy, who's better than Hollywood Brown to some. Lad McConkey, Romeo Dubs, Jermaine Burton. Kind of feels like a little George Pickens vibes with me. Like really good, just has a shit attitude. And then Travis Kelce, and then my guy / PPR, the channel. I don't even know what to say.
I don't know about you, but I have not built a team like this at all. Like player.
Neither have I. There's some guys that like I said, I never take dubs. I usually fade McConkey. Not to say I never take him. Same thing with Connor too. I don't take a lot of Connor, so it's always kind of fun drafting a team where it's a couple of those guys you don't click. So if you're wrong, then you will pay the benefits for it.
A little bit of hit him with the gritty in the chat. Welcome.
There we go. Yeah. So he absolutely hates his quarterback room. He's probably watching the stream right now, literally throwing up uncontrollably, watching this, looking at this quarterback room. But he loved the team. I don't know if you saw the chat team we picked last night. I kind of sold the Josh Allen pick. That was a double E quarterback. He probably put that in his bookmarks on Twitter. He was like, "Oh, I gotta look back at this team every now and again."
I think Mike would have hated my 0 quarterback, 0 running back team then.
In Superflex especially.
I would have probably put him in anaphylactic shock.
Yeah, there we go. Let me name. If I don't name it right now, I will literally forget to do so. So I always have to do it right after. Let me get a little.
Oh
refresh.
yeah. So pre-stream, you asked me how many BBMs if I was maxing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's talk about this. Yeah.
So for those that don't know, I have a reputation in the community, and so I think for the bit, I think I'm gonna do 69 BBM.
I
draft.
literally fucking knew you were gonna say that. As soon as you said I have a reputation / bit, I was like, this is literally his fucking brand. Like this, it has to be 69.
Well, I did the math, and I'm like, Tom and I are probably gonna end up about 20 or so just streaming weekly, and then on my own, I did like 35 last year because I targeted more of the mid to high stakes stuff. And even with only 35, like most of them being cardio club, I was in the top 10 for the Underdog Cardio Club regular season leaderboard, and that same team was like a Gus Edwards touchdown for making the finals and in my pod in week 16, and that roster sadly would have been good for third place overall. So I'm like, maxing doesn't improve my odds. It lets me get more versions of my team out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fine like doing this like weekly stream, steady beat, news, ADP, whatever, and then just hammering my like last half, through July and August and let the chips fall where they may. And if I bink top 10 or top 20 with only 69 bullets, I mean, that's just good for the brand. And the vibes would be immaculate. So it's hard not to do that.
Do you have 10 to 15 more minutes?
Dude, I got all the time in the world, bro.
Should we 1v1 somebody from the chat?
Oh, let's do it. That'd be fun.
Let's do it. Okay. I got $5 left in the account before I have to put more in. So let's do the $5 1v1. This one right here. I'm gonna give a 10-second countdown. I don't know. It might be interesting to see who gets in. Hopefully we don't get in with a random. But I'm gonna enter in 10 seconds. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll see if anyone gets in here. Waiting on one. Let's see who. I hope it's somebody from the chat. I hope it's somebody from the chat.
I hope it's Dad. I hope it's Dad so we can 1v1 Hollywood and Worthy. That would be peak.
Yes. I don't think we have any. I don't think anyone was expecting that. So it's you pretty much have ample opportunity to get in. It's like whoever the first one is in here is gonna get in. Hopefully, so we'll see. I mean, we don't have to wait too long. Hopefully, somebody joins. Jesus Christ. All right. Actually, let's do a little bit of this. Let's switch this up. Actually, no, we'll keep the same camera. $5 draft, 1v1. Who wants the freaking smoke? I'll wait in here all fucking night. I swear to God. I'll wait in here all fucking night.
Cody's killing me, man. Cody's having a great chat now.
Hit him with a great. Get your ass in here.
Night. Shout out.
Yeah. Not to brag, but I finished 69th in BBM3. There we go.
Not very nice with the payout structure.
We got Flatulent in here. Flatulent Fantasy. He's in the chat. I saw him earlier. Here we go. Boom. 1v1 in. Here we go. Let's freaking get after it, man. Let's freaking get after it.
So, all right, refresh my memory. How many rounds is a 1v1?
Okay, it was. I haven't done it since the
pre-draft. Hit the grids.
Yeah. 18
rounds.
18.
Okay.
It was 20 in the pre-draft, which was fun too.
What pick did we get? One or two?
We're two.
Mother.
Two. So we don't get CMC, but we can. It's strange. Mike, trust me, I will 1v1 to the fucking depths of the earth.
I was hoping it'd be Mike. That'd have been sick.
If I would have taken, you would have probably gotten Jalen Hurts, Josh.
It would have been Hurts, Allen, Kyler versus like CMC, Bijan, Brees. That'd have been sick. That would have been the 1v1.
Oh my God, yeah. Let's go. I think Mike. I think your brand should be without the amount of because I don't think anybody deals with more fucking of like the hate and like you're a fucking terrible drafter than Mike does right now.
Oh my God, there's an overflow 1v1. I love that.
CMC, right? Gotta be CMC.
Oh yeah, no.
CMC
we just
and
won.
who?
We just won.
Do we bully running back? Do we
Let's
just
do
bully
CMC
running back?
Bijan for the vibes.
Yeah, see, there we go. See, that's
legendary upside. Boom boom.
Goes JJ. Oh, we could really bully the fuck out of running back.
Do it, coward.
You won't do it, Flatulent. You won't draft Brees. You won't do it. Oh, we have to at this point. We could do Brees and Brees and Tyreek. Brees and Tyreek
in the flex.
Oh my God! Yes. Week 17. Or no, it's not. That's our
now
goal.
Now we just ignore. Let me check the buys. Okay.
Yeah,
Note to self.
Because I
Note
think
to self.
it's just total scoring. It's not like there's no fucking playoffs or anything in this. Obviously, it's
Well,
just
no, but
yeah.
like full. It's full season though, so bye weeks will.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, and it's high floor matters in this contest, obviously too. Okay, back on the clock. Garrett would be my next pick here for sure.
That's
Who
Puka. We're
Puka?
slamming Puka and Garrett. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. See,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He went 5. These 5 wide receivers. Like when you're just looking at it, holy shit. Oh yeah, catching up at running back with Gibbs. Good luck. Get ready to learn freaking Isaiah Pacheco, buddy. Okay, back on the clock. Dude, I think we just take JT, man.
No. No.
You don't think so? Or do we, okay, now this is where historically we bully tight end or quarterback.
I think we take Kelsey, and I think we take. Go back to the receiver. Let's do. I mean, let's just do Marv. I mean, you can't not.
Yeah.
Like, there's a chance he does like Jamar Chase rookie season shit. Like,
Yeah. Exactly. I like it. Okay, now it's like who takes quarterback, tight end first? I don't know. I feel like he's got to go JT here. Bye weeks 2 goes Laporta.
What a fish.
I think we just take JT. We have to make him pay for not going running back. We have to make him pay. He's got Jameer and Saquon. I think we have to go JT here. We have to go JT. We have to make him pay for this.
If we do that, then we need to take Allen.
Okay, let's do it. We'll do both.
This one goes out to you, Mike. We're bullying DJ Joe Mixon. Catch
There
his
we
hand,
go.
coach.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna we just finished a dynasty startup. It's with Bestball guy. It's Bindles' league. El Coach is in there. Flashland Fantasy is also in there too. So I actually think he just dropped. I saw you drop in the chat. It was like I think he ranked all the teams or awards or something. I didn't get to read it yet, but I saw the notification pop up. So I'm interested to read that after this. But there we go. Have you drafted him yet? Emo, have you drafted him yet? Have you drafted him?
Mike, look at my eyes. Do you think I've drafted a guy that hasn't made the team yet? No. Over rookies?
Okay.
Over succulent, supple rookies? No.
Okay, who do we like? Go quarterback, tight end too, but there's a lot of receivers here. I like London.
Yeah, let's double tap QB tight end.
QB tight end? Let's do it. All right.
I think so.
Hurts, Lamar?
Hurts for sure.
Okay.
And then we can be done at quarterback for like a long ass time and be fine.
Yeah, and tight end wise, McBride, Kincaid, Pitts.
Let's take Achan.
Okay, let's do it. You want to go Achan?
Yeah, let's take the guy that can drop 40. That's our match. We have Tyreek, we have Achan. Those are 2 40 bombs just ready to get dropped.
We just be done
Nagasaki style, baby.
I've been watching a lot of I'm a huge World War II nerd, and I just watched that new I love their Netflix's World War II documentaries. Okay, let's talk about this draft though. There's not as much time to talk about other shit when he's fucking 1v1. So he double taps quarterback here, trying to catch up with some. Oh,
I like that. But
Trouble in Paradise. Trouble in Paradise.
That's tough.
Oh, Trouble in Paradise. All right. Tight end here, McBride, Kincaid, London.
I think we do receiver, tight end. So yeah, let's do London and let's do
McBride with a little Marv. We could go.
You know what? No, let's do Debo or Adams. Let's get a 30+ point receiver in the lineup.
Debo, Adams.
Play this like weekly winners at this point.
You know,
let's do Adams.
I was leading Adams.
Yeah.
All right, catch back up at running back. You gonna do it, or you gonna wait because you don't think we'll draft? I mean, yeah, have fun drafting Kyron, man.
Jason asking the good questions. Too soon for the Nagasaki joke. No, we just made a movie about it. I think I can make a Nagasaki joke.
We just made a movie about it. It was a fucking
and it did very well. People were really into
yeah.
the concept.
Humor equals tragedy plus time.
That's why I'm so funny, guys. I have a very tragic backstory. Let's see. He went Kyler McBride. We're still at 1 tight end, yeah?
Yeah, still at 1.
Let's do Kittle. Let's do Kittle Debo. Let's just lock up the Niners.
Let's do it. Let's freaking do it. I think floor matters in this, right? Floor's got to matter.
Well, Kelsey's the floor, and Kittle is the 30 nuke.
Exactly.
Big boy. There you go. Another bomb joke.
Yeah. Big boy. DJ Joe Mixon. Little man.
Little man.
Little man. All right. We have 2 more picks, and then we're done. we have 2.
Tomas?
We have 2 more picks, and then this draft's over.
Sick. Well, we don't need another quarterback. Let's nab Kyron for the vibes.
You want to go Kyron?
Yeah, let's do Kyron or Henry.
I'd rather go Henry.
And then do, all right, that one also goes out to the community. We like Henry. And then do we need, I would say,
I say one more tight end.
Let's do tight end.
I like Pitts. Oh, we have Josh Allen. It's a little stack.
Yeah, stack it up with Kincaid.
Yeah. There we go.
Boom.
Look at this. Okay, let's compare teams real quick. After going 4 running backs. Oh my God, we won this thing. 2 of them are on the same buy. We literally.
Oh, brother.
Oh, see, you can't hop in it. I'm a seasoned veteran when it comes to these 1v1s. I know.
You got played, son. You got played.
Oh my goodness.
Tough scene.
What was okay? Let's okay. We got Allen, Hurts, I think the first time I did this, I was like, "How did I do, guys?" This is my first big board entry, and I posted this like a 1v1 team.
That's good fucking content. That's good.
All right, Josh Allen, Hurts, McCap, dude. Look at this. It's like, oh my God, Tyreek, Garrett Wilson, Puka,
Fat
Marv,
flex
London.
vibes.
Boom, and then what's the watch one looking like? All right, whoops, wrong one. Oh, 3 quarters.
Oh, we beat him out. We beat him out in projected points. We won.
Oh yeah, wait. What are the projection points? Oh, 4,072.
And we had like
4,102. Oh my God, yeah.
Get schooled, son.
Here we go. Oh wait, I keep clicking my same fucking name. Okay. Oh yeah, you got. I mean, these receivers, awesome. But I mean, running backs 4, and you literally have a 1A player as your 4th. A guy in a committee right here. And another committee. Oh my God, we got workhorses on this squad. Workhorses.
Absolute ox of a running back, each and every one of them.
Flexing tight end every week. Yeah, we got Kincaid. So are we. Kittle's like kills the week winner. So all right,
it's true.
I'm glad we ended this with a 1v1. That was awesome.
That's a good bit. You got to like monthly. You got to like 1v1 someone in the chat. That's good shit.
Exactly right. All right. We are out of here. Tyler, thanks again so much for coming on today. This was I feel honestly long overdue to do the double Tyler stream.
This was a ton of fun.
Yeah, obviously, guys, go check out the Fantasy Sanctuary. Link is now in the description of this YouTube page. Make sure you drop a like, drop a sub. We got the sub goals coming up. I think I can apply for monetization tomorrow, like 7 watch hours away. So, but it's behind. So I already have them, but I'm excited for that. So we'll have to see about some YouTube membership stuff going on. I have no idea how all that fucking works. I still got to figure that out, but we'll figure it out just like we do with anything else, just like we do with these drafts, like we do with this fucking stream. But again, thanks for everyone that comes in, day day out, whether it's your first time watching or your 85th. I think we're at like 105 videos on this channel, so your 105th time watching. I appreciate it dearly. Tyler, get your plugs in. Where can the people find you? What do you got going on?
Find me on Twitter at emo__cowboy. Hard to miss. I'm the one guy with the cowboy hat and the emo vibes. Like Tyler was so kind in saying, Tom Strachan and I do BBM drafts every Monday with just ourselves or a guest. This week was Fantasy Dog Pound. A couple weeks ago was Hope Bishop giving us some tips on new game contests in the works and that were coming out. So you got like a heads up view on that over at the Fantasy Football Sanctuary. A lot of good stuff over there, guys. We had a blast of a draft Monday night. It was litty titty, super fun. Next week's going to be even more fun. He's drafting, Tom's drafting on that channel with guests on Wednesdays. Today's was Justin Herzig doing a DK draft. A couple weeks ago, DK draft, it was Patty Millions. We're going to have Daigle on, I think, next week for DK. We got Pete coming on for BBM at some point. We rip Sunday brunch Bestball drafts every once in a while, either myself solo or Tom and I. So ton of fun. Come join us. Come give us some shouts. We actually have a giveaway on Fantasy Football Sanctuary's BBM channel. Go leave a comment about your favorite late round quarterback, and we'll enter. And we're doing the drawing tomorrow, Thursday, to have someone come and get a free entry BBM and slow draft with us. So if you're interested in that, go comment on that video and we'll have a good time. Thad, Hollywood or bust, baby. And everybody else, appreciate the love. Anthony, Troy, Jason, Historical Anomalies, Spurious, all the fine folks. Love you. Appreciate you. Catch you around.
There we go. We're gonna end the stream just like we did yesterday. This is I'm coining this the new outro because I need an outro and I hate doing like the end stream and I'm waving to the camera like a fucking dumbass for 5 seconds. So this is our new outro. Enjoy it. It's here to stay. We'll see you tomorrow night for drafting like we do every single day. Drop a like, drop a sub. Catch you tomorrow night. Stay up to date on the Twitter. For that, peace.